In this video, we will discuss how to connect a SmartLog Pro 2 model to the SmartLog Pro Web Manager software. The SmartLogs are plug and play by design, and the SLP control panel's Connected Devices Configuration option simplifies the task of configuring the server location on them to establish communication. This task should be repeated whenever a new device is added to the system or the location of the SLP backend changes for any reason. This can happen if you move the software to a new computer or server, for example. SLP Control Panel is capable of broadcasting the backend location to a local network using a special UDP message. All connected SmartLogs that are active on the same subnet will automatically pick up that message, acknowledge it, and configure the backend location. Please note that the SmartLog Pro units must reside on the same subnet as the server hosting the data for this initial configuration of the server location. After that, the SmartLog does not need to be on the same subnet to communicate. If the SmartLog cannot be on the same subnet for this initial configuration, an alternate method is available, which we will discuss a little later in this video. The configuration is done in this Connected Devices Configuration section. You'll want to make sure that the API route is set correctly. We recommend that you use your server IP address, which is clearly shown down here on the bottom left of the SLP control panel, instead of the server name, to help avoid with DNS related issues. Your server name is here as well, and that IP address once again is here. And as you can see in this example, I have adjusted that API route to reflect the IP address. That API route is shown in the SLP Manager section as well, but it is important that you leave out the /API suffix when you enter it in the Connected Devices Configuration section. That portion of it is not to be included when you transmit it. To begin, you simply click on the Start button, and then you tell it yes. And all connected devices should appear on this list in the section here, just after a few seconds, as you saw there. Once the devices are configured, there's no need to leave this broadcast active. You can just stop it and then exit out. You can then just navigate to the web page for the SmartLog Pro Web Manager program. Since the SmartLog doesn't already exist in the program, it's going to show up as an unknown SmartLog, and you will also see an unknown location on this main dashboard of the SmartLog Pro web software. The unknown location is the IP address that the SmartLog picked up via DHCP. And we recommend that you have your IT department reserve this IP address for the SmartLog in DHCP so that it will retain that same IP address at all times. To add a SmartLog, you simply click on the Attach button, and this will bring up a very simple pop-up screen where you can provide a name. You'll click Attach when you're done. Attach the unknown location. The SmartLog will automatically get a default configuration, which you should later fine-tune in the Administration SmartLog section of the program. The SmartLog status, whether it's active or inactive, is controlled automatically. Whenever a device is connected, it will be active, and it will show up as gray and inactive otherwise. If the Connected Devices Configuration procedure did not work for you, you can set the API route at the SmartLog itself. You can access the on-screen menu by pressing 0 and Enter, and then selecting General to go to the API route settings section. If you touch the entry field on the SmartLog Pro 2, the keyboard will appear, and then you can enter that API route address that you got from the SLP control panel, and then when you're done, remember to save it. I would recommend rebooting the SmartLog Pro 2 by power cycling it after doing this. Then you can refresh the main web page of the SmartLog Pro Web Manager program, and after a few moments, the SmartLog and its location should appear on the screen as the unknown items, as was shown earlier in the video. If this does not occur, you may need to refresh the web page again or close out of the browser and reopen it. If you still are unable to see the unattached SmartLog and its location, the most common cause for that is not having the required ports used by the program and SmartLogs open for inbound and outbound communication. In order to access the backend database through a web page, ports 17200 and 17205 need to be allowed for inbound and outbound access. Also, all communication between the tester and the software is done through HTTP, which is generally done through port 80. That port will also need to be allowed through the firewall. These ports and their access or restrictions are something that will generally be handled by your IT department, and we recommend letting them know about them so that they can make the necessary adjustments on the PC or server that you will be using and on your network. This can sometimes involve network security policies at your company and may be complicated, so be sure to consult with your IT department for assistance. For further information on the SmartLog Pro 2 or the software, please contact the EMIT factory.